Is Zach on right now? Zach is currently offline. I hope he remembered, or I am out an opponent. You know what? To hell with it. I know I feel like a giant mess right now, but the jacket's part of the character. Okay. We have the jacket, even though I'm probably going to bake inside of it with how I'm feeling. Is still waiting for Zach to show up. Sup, everything? I have ordered an entire box of Phantom Rage and then another almost $70 worth of individual singles from other sets because I have a problem. All right, so remind you have your 3 decks ready for the tournament in March. Very cool. You got your first Galaxy. Congratulations. Early, I tagged you. I have officially challenged you to a duel next week. All right, awesome. Because the second I saw that you have the ability to go live, it's like I got to get him on here. And when I do post my duel clip, I'll tag your original account because I want you to get the visibility you deserve and more people following you because you've got a personality just like I do in terms of I got my own personality, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a little flustered because let's just say it's been a bit of a weird day, and the only way I can survive is foe. As for tonight's opponent, it should be DuelestZach if they pop on because I haven't seen them come on yet. Da, 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 da. Sup, Frost? Shut up. My brain is not the brain today. That's going to make things interesting. Yeah, DuelestZach is still offline. So,
Epsilon. Hello.
Zach, I tried to find you, but it said you were offline.
Yeah, I just got back online because I took a bit of a break because my my 6 EST time slot duelist didn't show up. So I just took a bit of a break and I just got back on live.
Okay, that works for me. Okay. I hope you don't mind. I'll be snacking on some M&Ms because I've literally only had like a bowl of pho for dinner.
I wish I could be snacking on M&Ms right now.
Oh, I've got a friend who actually works for the Mars plant in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So, um, this is literally just a refilled share bag that I can zip closed with the crap that he sends me. Early, I look
Nice.
forward to facing your novels, even though I know how much of a pain in the ass they're going to be for me.
All right. I'm gonna start off with the Jack
Okay.
in Black.
Have you seen the start of my duels?
Unfortunately, no.
So that means you get to experience the tradition firsthand. I have 6 decks. They all have funny nicknames. You get to pick which deck based on the funny nickname.
Well, 6 decks. Well, what are the funny nicknames? Let's go with that first.
Resonator Fun, The Dankness, Zombie Pileup, Better Metal Snake, Fire Chicken Friends, and Feelin' Bonely.
Let's go with Feeling Lonely.
Everyone has been picking that one lately, and it's honestly my most casual deck.
Well, this one I have in my hand is probably my most casual deck as well.
Nice! Let me flip on my dual disc. As for firsts, do you have dice?
I do.
Excellent. Let me set my deck down. Pick a number 1 through 6. That'll be which die I use.
Let's use 4.
My winged Karibo die.
And I'll be using my Neos die.
I really want the Neos die.
I rolled a 1.
Well, that's a 3 for me.
Yep, you got it.
Alright.
That is smart. I should roll on my dual disc. That is so smart.
Yeah, I have an incredibly steady arm from both doing some waiting and being a theater kid.
Understandable.
Alright, so
do that. Alright.
let me think. Do I want this deck to go first or second? We are doing boomer draw on first turn rules, correct?
Correct.
Alright, wanted to make sure because I don't... there's multiple formats being flung around lately, so I wanted to be sure.
Understandable.
Yeah. Yes, Shadow. He did seal his fate, depending on whether or not I brick.
Isn't that just any game of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh no, here's the thing. Feeling Bonely has the chance to brick super hard, as Talon found out last night.
Well, I beat Talon a couple times with this deck, so we'll see how it fares against you.
I will risk it for the biscuit and go second.
Going second, alright. Well then, I'll start us off with a draw. And kick things off with the spell card Foolish Burial.
It's not going to be that foolish.
You're right about that.
What I would... Right now, I would kill for a graceful charity.
I'm going to send to the graveyard my Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle.
I'm fighting some CBs.
Indeed you are, but not just any CBs.
Is it ACB?
Possibly.
Is there a ham and cheese sandwich somewhere in that deck?
If it fits in the dual disc, maybe.
No, ham and cheese was the nickname for Haman back in the day if you hung around the Pocho forums.
There is not a ham and cheese, but I can activate the spell card Crystal Bond, allowing me to add a Crystal Beast from my deck to my hand and put one in my spell and trap zone.
What did you dump into the graveyard with Foolish?
My Ruby Carbuncle.
I somehow missed that. Yes, Green. Congratulations on getting your own.
Revealed that I was playing CBs.
Yep. My. I got up at 5:45 to go to work, and I just arrived a 10-hour day. So,
Okay. So anyway, any response to Crystal Bond?
I've got nothing. I don't really hand trap in this deck.
All right. So
Green, congratulations on getting your own Crystal Beast deck.
Coming to
I'm
game
actually
will be Advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle. And going to my spell and trap zone is my good buddy Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, or as I like to call it, my Zenith.
Excellent.
Zenith is the original name of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, which is why I like to call it that, because it helps with not confusing the actual rainbow dragon. Plus, it just sounds better.
I know! And I am also working on a full-blown ACB deck myself,
Ah.
based on mostly based on Jesse's playstyle during that time.
All right. I'm now going to activate the effect of Advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle in my hand. I get to send it straight from my hand to the graveyard, to then add an Advanced Dark Field spell from my deck to my hand.
ACB, Advanced Crystal Beast.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to add Advanced Dark, and I might as well just go ahead and activate it.
Oakley dokley.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I just did that. I have no shame.
I don't know why I keep shuffling my deck. I got a lot of searching.
Definitely far more than I'm going to do on my turn. Green, nice. A Jaden Yuki E-Hero deck. Which era, however? Classic, Neos, or manga?
I'm going to activate the effect of my Zenith, banishing him from my field to add an Ultimate Crystal Monster from my deck to my hand and special summon a level 3 or 4 Crystal Beast from my deck, but negate its effects.
Nice. And classic heroes. Interesting. Those are pretty decently paced.
Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise in defense mode. And come to my hand. In all its quarter century glory is my Rainbow Dragon.
Those are one of the quarter centuries that I really want because I'm trying to get every single quarter century from the tins and the Legendary Collection reprint. And I'm pissed off because somebody from TCG Player that I ordered from lost 3 of them.
Dude, I've been trying to get a copy of Rainbow Bridge of Salvation from TCG Player. First time I had to get it refunded. Second time, they couldn't refund me, but they sent me another one, so hopefully it comes. Like, I just can't get a copy of Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, so I have to proxy it in my Crystal Beast decks.
And I don't mind you proxying it, but that's almost as bad as my luck with a couple Blackwing cards and a couple of Dragoonity cards. I have had to try to order the same Dracoonity Synchro monster 5 times. That's not an exaggeration.
Stings. That stings. Let's see here. Just doing some quick math in my head here. Let's see here.
Quick math. Sometimes I'm good at that. Sometimes I'm not.
I'm one of those in the not category. All right.
It all depends on how caffeinated I am and how much Gatorade I've been drinking.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate.
And that's not a euphemism.
I get to place 2 Crystal Beasts from my deck straight into my spell and trap zone, and then special summon another one from my hand or graveyard.
Marty, it's been a day. Not too bad.
Oh.
Work almost killed me in the first 2 hours with how many issues that we had around the facility. But then it got really easy, so I'm not going to go complain.
Going into my spell and trap zone is my Advanced Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, as well as my Advanced Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger.
And I did order a full box of Phantom Nightmare, so always awesome.
Oh, nice.
And then another like $70 for the
like
singles.
This. Coming to my field is going to be Sapphire Pegasus being special summoned by the effective Golden Rule, which means I can activate the effect of Sapphire Pegasus, place from my hand to my spell and trap zone, my Advanced Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. Now here's the nice thing about this deck, that I don't get to pull off all that much. But when it happens, it is really fun.
You're at 7, aren't you?
Let's do it like this first. I'm going to activate the effect of Advanced Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle, special summoning her, as well as the other 2, as well as many Advanced Crystal Beasts as I can. I'm going to use the effect of Advanced Sapphire Pegasus to place the Advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle from my graveyard into my spell and trap zone. Which won't matter because I'm replacing Advanced Dark with Ancient City Rainbow. And since Advanced Dark is no longer on the field, my Advanced Ruby Carbuncle, my Advanced Topaz Tiger, and my Advanced Sapphire Pegasus are all forced to the graveyard since Advanced Dark is no longer on the field. But won't matter.
Star, how did the tag battle go?
I summoned
Or was it a
Duel.
fatal four-way? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I am always impressed by the one-turn rainbow dragons.
Honestly, I was not expecting to bring it out this turn, but somehow I was able to get exactly 7. Because definitely
Congrats
the
on the
hardest
win,
part.
Star.
Yeah, congrats, Star. The hardest part of this deck is trying to get exactly 7 on the board. Because if you got more than 7, you're locked out of this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I still believe in the if you're over, you should be able to because
I'm on the side where it's got to be exact, otherwise you're out of luck. It's mainly Konami's fault because the way they worded it in TCG makes it very confusing because they didn't future-proof the card because when this card was printed, it didn't matter because there were only
yeah.
7. But then they got the structure deck, they had Zenith be created, then they got the Advanced Crystal Beast as well. And then they fixed it in the OCG where in the OCG he says exactly, but not in the TCG. But so it's just
Yeah.
confusing. But the
So
effect is that it has to be exactly 7.
I have gotten confirmation. If you're a misfit dueler, if you duel for the misfits, you can go over 7.
Well, that's their way of playing it, and I don't duel for the misfits.
Fair point. I'm an independent agent that's trying to get their own quirky little format going.
I'm gonna have to pass my turn there.
I draw. We're going to kick it off with a pot of greed.
Pot of greed, alright.
Then a pot of duality.
Pot of duality. Ooh. Walks you out of special summoning for the turn. You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't mind, because we have 1 for 1. Magic Cylinder.
Ooh.
And Torrential Tribute. I think I'll take Torrential Tribute and add it to my hand.
Alright. All I have to do is just not summon a monster next turn.
Yeah. So I'll stick those in. Okay, so according to one of my people in chat, the original printing in the OCG said exactly, but they changed the OCG printing. Is what I think happened.
The only change to the OCG printing was adding the fact that it's always treated as an ultimate.
Treated as ultimate crystal.
In the OCG, it is exactly 7, and that is how the ruling in the TCG also works. Despite it reading weird, that is how the ruling in the TCG works.
Yeah, I know. Some cards are just ruling nightmares.
Yep.
Now then, I am going to set one monster face down and 2 cards in my back row. And then I will pass turn.
All right. Then I'll draw. Let me check my graveyard.
You mean Drytron? Yeah, Drytron's weird.
All I have to do is just not summon a token and I don't trigger. Well, not summon a monster and I don't trigger your Torrential Tribute.
Yeah.
Well then.
That's your exact phrasing.
I guess I'm just gonna go straight into my battle phase. Now my Sapphire Pegasus with 1800 attack your face down with Sapphire Tornado.
Well, we've got a problem. Specifically, you've got a problem. It's a Spirit Reaper.
Fear Reaper can't be destroyed by battle, and what's its other effect?
If it's targeted, it blows itself up.
Targeted blows itself up. When it deals damage to me, I have to discard a card, correct?
That is correct.
Alright. Can't destroy it, unfortunately.
Yep, so I've got myself a little wall for now.
For now. Well,
Odin, it's going pretty good today so far.
With that, I'm just gonna have to pass turn.
I draw.
Subtoad is not a cheat card, unfortunately.
We're talking about
Glad
Substitute?
you can make it. Yeah, I got someone in my chat who's trying to build a frog deck.
I love frog decks.
It's a funny deck.
Alrighty, so what we're gonna do... set another monster face down.
Alright.
And then I'll pass turn. And to answer the questions in chat, yes, I really did buy an entire box of Phantom Rage and then another $70 worth of single cards from 7 different sellers.
Normally this would be an amazing card, but I kind of got rid of all my resources.
Yeah, Crystal Beast and Dark World tend to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Shadow tortures me with puns every single duel. They said that the frog deck sounds like a riveting good time.
Alright. Well, might as well mill out the deck a bit. I'm gonna activate the Foolish Burial Good spell card. That I get to send a spell card from my deck straight to the graveyard.
Is it spell or trap?
Spell or trap.
Oh, wait, I just got a message from my DM.
Allowing me to send the aforementioned proxy Rainbow Bridge of Salvation to the graveyard.
My good friend, we run a Dungeons and Dragons game that runs like an SMS message board. So yeah, it's taken a day and a half for them to get back to me about if my attack killed something.
25 for the cheapest Substitute.
That's disgusting.
Korean for 6. Don't get the Korean. It's not TCG. It's an OCG version. You're not allowed to play those. At least in normal TCG. Like,
I think I still have
proxy for it, but
I think I still have a couple Substitutes.
Well, someone in my chat named D. Shamila is looking for one.
If I have more than one Substitute back in my card locker, I will gladly put one. Because if I only have one, then I'm keeping that one. But if I have more than one, I will definitely make a public video about it, and you can message me about it.
You'll be having a hopping good time.
Yes, indeed.
Right,
because so... I'm more than willing to trade goods for it rather than sell it.
All right. I'm gonna use my Rainbow Dragon to attack into your face down.
Lady in White, and the deck theme has been revealed.
Okay, that is gonna be an issue, definitely. You know what? All right, main phase 2. Now we're just gonna end our turn there, actually.
Draw.
Did Lady in White have a effect when sent to the grave?
No, they only have a protection ability when on the field.
Ah, okay.
Basically, it makes it so they cannot be destroyed by battle and unaffected by spell trap effects.
Are you making a Predaplant deck, Austin? I know a guy who
Predaplant.
Predaplants are a very neat deck, especially in this format. I know a guy, my friend Diego, he has a Predaplant deck, and it is dangerous.
I'm actually constructing one of those as well. That's going to go in. It's Austin. Austin's in chat.
Yeah, Austin was in my chat and said that.
Yeah, I'm also working on a Predaplant with the Starving Venoms and trying to make it as Boomer format compliable as possible.
Better add in the Super Poly.
Oh, I need to get some more Super Polys because I only have one.
Yeah, so do I. I really need to get some more Super Polys, especially for a TCG deck I'm making. Anyway,
Do you want to know what I almost? Do you know what I almost bought earlier today? A Spanish Pot of Greed.
Spanish Pot of Greed. That's something.
Anyway, I'm going to set another monster and end my turn.
And I'll draw. Alright. I'm going to contact fuse my Rainbow Dragon in order to bring out my Rainbow Over Dragon to the field. Have anything on the summon of it?
What is Rainbow Over Dragon's abilities verbatim, please?
This card is always treated as an ultimate crystal card, must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing one level 10 ultimate crystal monster. Once per turn, you can banish one crystal beast monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monster's attack until the end phase. Until the end of the turn. Quick effect, you can tribute this fusion summoned card, shuffle all cards on the field into the deck.
Okay, so because of that quick effect, I am tempted to go into Torrential Tribute, and then if you quick effect shuffle everything, that would be interesting.
It won't shuffle back Torrential Tribute, I don't think, since technically it's an activated card, and you can't, like, bounce activated cards, so...
No, you cannot. Unless it is, unless it's a slower timing, like a continuous.
Yeah. But yeah, anything on the summon of Rainbow Over Dragon, who was special summoned, not fusion summoned.
I will Torrential Tribute.
Alright. Destroying my Rainbow Over Dragon, my Emerald Tortoise, as well as my Sapphire Pegasus, who will go into my Spell and Trap Zone.
I will lose my original Skull Servant, but I will discard my White Baking to save my Spirit Reaper.
Oh. Interesting.
And then when White Baking goes to the graveyard, I can add any two monsters with different names in my deck to my hand, except for White Baking, that are either Skull Servant or List Skull Servant.
Alright.
So I will add to my hand I will add White Princess and White Mare.
Alright. Continuing my turn, I'm going to activate the continuous spell, Rainbow Bridge of the Heart, which does nothing on activation. But I'm going to activate its effect. I can destroy a Crystal Beast monster card on my hand or field, and add a Crystal Spell or Trap from my deck to my hand.
Okay, then.
I will destroy my Advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle in my Spell and Trap Zone. To add from my deck to my hand. I already used that card, did I? Thought I had a card, but I already used it, so gotta go with Plan B.
Man, the only downside of having a quick bowl of pho for dinner, especially the kind that I have, clears up the sinuses, but you're hungry as hell.
I'm going to add Crystal Brilliance to my hand.
Okay.
Fortunately, can't do the way I'm going to use my one take back. Because I realized I had a better option. I had Crystal Blessing to my hand. Such a dumb
Earthbound
thing to use.
Fusion. I need to look at that card.
Which one?
Austin mentioned Earthbound Fusion, a card I don't know
Yeah,
a thing
that's a
about.
new common that came in the new stuff. I've been wanting to build Earthbounds in this format. Like, I have all the cards. I have an Earthbound Runic deck for TCG.
I don't have all the Earthbounds, but now with all the support that dropped, I need to build one of those.
Mm.
And if it wasn't for the fact that Raw Phoenix is still like $8 a copy, I'd be building a Raw deck right now.
I'm going to activate Crystal Blessing. It allows me to put up to 2 Crystal Beasts from my graveyard into my Spell and Trap Zone.
Okay, then.
And the ones that will be going there will be mine. Let's go with reduce something, but I don't have my Advanced Darkfield spell. It did not work the way I wanted it to. You know what? It will. I'm going to put my Advanced Ruby Carbuncle, as well as my Advanced Sapphire Pegasus. And
All right.
because a Crystal Beast monster was placed in the Spell and Trap Zone, that will activate the effect of my Rainbow Bridge of the Heart spell card, allowing me to target one card you control, return both my spell card and it to the hand. And the card I choose is your Spirit Reaper.
Very nice.
Since it targets, your card is destroyed, I believe.
It does.
And since the target cannot be returned to the hand, my Rainbow Bridge of the Heart does stay on the field.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it has to return both. It says return both that card and this card to the hand. If you can't do both,
All right.
it can't resolve. Now, I'm now going to activate the effect of Advanced Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle to special summon her, as well as many Advanced Crystal Beasts I can to the field from my Spell and Trap Zone. Fortunately, since I don't have Advanced Dark, they are destroyed. Or not destroyed, they are just sent to the graveyard.
All right. A good way to free up your spell trap zones.
Indeed. This is another way. I'm going to activate the spell card Crystal Aegis. I get to destroy one Crystal Beast monster card on my side of the field, being my Sapphire Pegasus, then special summon a token to my field, a Crystal Beast token of the same stats. So now I have an 1800 attack, 1200 defense points token.
Okay, then.
Now.
And the token's in defense mode?
It's in attack mode.
Ah.
Now, what's on your field, if you don't mind me asking?
A single back row.
A single background. Back row. Why did I say background? Back row. You know what?
I mean, I could fade into the background if you want.
Hmm?
I said I could fade into the background if you want.
Let's keep you in the foreground. I want you missing out on the action.
Austin, I probably have a bunch of them as... Austin, I probably have a bunch of those fusion cards. I opened up an entire box of Maze of Millennia, and I just threw all of the Earthbound stuff that I have in a box. I haven't sorted through it yet.
So, by going to my graveyard and banishing Rainbow Dragon as well as 7 Crystal Beasts, I get to yet again contact Fuse.
Boy.
Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. And since I have at least 7 banished Crystal Beast monsters, it gains 7,000 attack, putting him at 11,000 attack points.
Yeah, that's going to be a game. New cards from Phantom Nightmare.
Way more than plenty to attack you directly for game. Rainbow Refraction Overdrive.
Reverse card open. It's actually a bluff.
Oh, it was a bluff? Is that Sword of the Deep-Seated?
No, Overpowering Eye.
Overpowering, okay.
I could run Sword of the Deep-Seated in this deck to be extra obnoxious, but it would not actually meet the activation qualifier in this deck. And this was my hand. This was my hand. Ooh. I was getting ready to drop a 7K King of the Skull Servants.
Yeah, that would have been very bad for me. Luckily, I can easily build over 7K given the right amount of Crystal Beasts on coming to my
Magic Cylinder was 5 from the bottom, Countergate was 4 from the bottom, Book of Life was at the bottom of my deck, and Opti Camouflage and Mirror Force were back to back, also this low down into the deck.
Ooh.
All of the cards that I could have had. My bloody pot of extravagance. This deck was not well shuffled. I did not shuffle.
If you did activate any card, this guy has a quick effect to shuffle every card on the field into the deck and then summon from my banish up to 5 Crystal Beasts.
What if I bottomlessed it, though?
It's a quick effect, so I could just chain to bottomless.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
But yeah, I've got some nasty little effects.
Done that instead of, and you probably would have used your bottomless instead of your torrential tribute.
Yeah, but although bottomless was towards the bottom of this deck, and I was getting ready to shuffle it again because I would have dropped White Princess.
All right.
Chat is not in the Shadow Realm right now.
GG's, man. All right.
GG's.
I have 2 more Boomer decks. One definitely a whole lot more competitive than the other. Like, so competitive, it legit got me banned from the Misfits.
Which deck?
That would be my Crystal Beast deck that has a Centurion package in it.
Oh, yeah. Ghost got pissed.
Yeah, that was me. It's all good fun. We're chill. We're chill.
Yeah, but as far as I know, you're not. How are you officially banned from Misfits for that one deck?
So, I beat Crow with that deck in the Discord, and I made a joke in a different Discord, as Shamila is saying in my live chat, talking about the salt level that happened. Which I made the same joke with Ghost, and we're chill. But he did not take that joke as well as Ghost did, and due to that, I've been banned from that Discord server. So
that's why I haven't seen you around.
Yes. Not only that, but they also got me banned from another one. Now, though, I'm chill around Talon's Discord server, and once they get their organization set up, I'm going to go on the trials to become the official Crystal Crusader.
I wish you the best of luck. Centurion is a very, very good deck.
Indeed.
I don't
realize just how well Centurions could go with Crystal Beasts. Like, I basically had an epiphany.
Yeah.
And then, like, constructing the deck list and then actually making it and putting it into practice. I was just so shocked at how well it worked.
It works disgustingly well. I was also debating a Centurion package, but I wasn't sure which archetype I was going to pair it with because I've got this weird policy. If I'm going to make a dedicated archetype deck, I do my best not to splash that archetype in with another deck.
Like, honestly, that deck you were just facing, you know how my Zenith banishes itself to activate its effect? Yeah. I have a way to bring it back, and I got this idea from Yorkshire, who's in the Discord, who's in the Misfits Discord. But Chaos Mirage Dragon can bring back the Zenith I banished for its effect, and then I can synchro summon into Legadia, because Legadia is generic. I can synchro summon to level 12. Not only pop a monster and draw a card due to Legadia's effect, but thanks to Chaos Mirage Dragon, I can also banish a card on their field.
Do you want to know what degeneracy I was debating to pair it with?
What?
What is the common attribute across Centurion?
There's not really a common one, because they got 4 monsters. 2 lights, a dark, and an earth.
Exactly. But that earth monster can help push you into Goyo.
Holy shit.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I do have a friend, though, my guy, Underworld Vex, he has been taking the deck building in this format to a whole nother level. Like, bro is like he splashes multiple archetypes together. He calls them his kitchen sink decks, but gosh, they are so crazy. Like, he has a one of his decks. He has it's one of his newer decks. He has a Goaty mutant deck, and I dueled him once when he
No,
was
no.
using it. It's crazy good.
Okay, so I do not want to go up against the Centurion deck. You'll understand. You understand why? Because I theory craft like you do, and I have no deck capable of going up against that.
Yeah, not many people do because Centurions are absolutely crazy. And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to duel it, that'll be fine. Unless someone in chat decides to complete my live goal, because if you complete my live goal, I have to use the deck.
That is a shameless plug. That is indeed a great shameless plug. What is
Yeah,
the other deck?
the other deck, you'll have to duel and find out, but don't worry, it doesn't have any crazy broken archetypes in it.
Okay, so I will give you the names of my decks one more time, but because you have done the guessing game for the first time, you get to know what each deck's true identity is.
Now keep the guessing game.
Okay, once more, we have Resonator Fun, Dankness, Zombie Pileup, Better Metal Snake, and Fire Chicken Friend.
I definitely don't want to be facing an RDA or a Fire King deck. Let's go Dankness.
Okay, so Resonator Fun only uses the Resonator engine, and Red Dragon Archfiend is a backup plan.
Alright.
That's just for future knowledge. But if you want to go up against Dankness, I don't mind that.
Let's
I
go.
definitely need to retool it a little more with some of the, considering we just got a little bit more for this deck. But I'm debating if I want to make this a kitchen sink Dankness or go all in on pure archetyping it.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely check out Underworld Duelist Vex. He makes deck profiles on TikTok. He's really wanting
Oh,
to get some live duels, and then he's
I
on the
follow. I
Misfit
think I
server.
follow Vex.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, he is very good. Like he is such a fun person to play against. He's such a cool guy as well. But yeah.
Oh,
All right.
in case nobody,
Go ahead.
my friend. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely Shadow. Definitely when we get the chance. But yeah, in case in case it's been a while since people have actually seen my deck building philosophy video, here's the rundown. Focus on what theme you're going to go for. Make your first win condition. Make your second win condition. Get the cards that are going to enable those engines. And then, with what space you have left, and it should be anywhere from 4 to 5 cards of space left after that, use as many stupid tech options as possible. Keep the opponent
Exactly.
guessing.
Exactly.
Why do you think the alternative boss monster for my Skull Servant deck is Draco Necro Nether Soul Dragon?
Draco. Oh my gosh. That is a funny card to put in a Skull Servant deck.
But Polly gets 2 of your skulls in the graveyard.
Exactly. It's funny.
Just like how that
Probably even
grass.
throw Ghost Fusion in there as well.
No, because Ghost Fusion's in my Zombie Pileup deck.
Okay.
Alongside the other. This deck has been finely tuned to be a meat monster.
I remember Zombie Pileup was one of my friend Vex's first decks in this format.
Because this is the true alternate boss.
Interesting. Alright. Yeah.
Blue Dragon Rider, if.
So, how do you say we get the second duel going?
Yep, but anyway, as I was saying, Blue Dragon Rider went up against Zombie Pileup, and it had a perfect opening hand where I got that monster out on the first turn.
Yeah, I used my Crystal Beast deck against Blue Dragon Rider the other day. There were some pretty good duels. Alright.
He's the king of weird tech options.
Hmm.
I think I will go second.
Alright, then I'll draw my 5. See where this deck decides to take me. Draw for turn.
My deck is going to go on a trip, and unfortunately, I don't have a rocket ship.
Wow, this is definitely the hand of all time.
The hand of all time.
I don't have much where I can really go off of this. Like, honestly. You know what? Let's try something weird. I'm going to activate the spell card Fusion Recycling Plant. I'm going to activate the effect of Fusion Recycling Plant to send from my hand to the graveyard my Cyberdark Impact spell, and add Polymerization from my deck to my hand.
Cyber Dragon, yeah!
Hell
Love
yeah.
Cyber Dragon decks.
Oh, please. I have a way to 1-card combo into my biggest boss monster. Well, more like 1 and like 3-quarter combo, because I need some other cards in my hand in order to do stuff.
Zach?
But, yep.
Zach, Better Middle Snake is a Cyber Dragon deck.
Ah, okay. I'm going to add Poly. So, yeah. I really wish I didn't draw as good of a hand as I wish I did, but we are going to just roll with it.
See, I built my Cyber Dragon deck to be it can aggro, but it's also very reactive.
My Cyber Dragon, most of my decks are aggro. My Crystal Beast does have some reactive elements in it. Anyway, I'm going to normal summon Cyber Dragon Veer. Yeah, that's how bad of a hand I got. Normal summon Veer. And I'm
Wow!
going to activate Polymerization to fuse my Veer with the 2 machine monsters in my hand, being my Chimera and my Eltonin, fusing them all together.
Chimera?
Cyberdark Chimera.
Ah.
And then Cyber Eltonin.
My brain failed me. I don't think I run the full Cyber Dark package in my deck.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to fusion summon Cyber Eternity Dragon in defense mode.
I like Cyber Eternity.
Yeah, so do I. Normally I don't try and summon it though, but I don't have many options. And since
Yes.
Cyberdark Chimera was sent to the graveyard, I get to proc its effect to send the Cyberdark from my deck to the graveyard. It also has different names.
No, yeah, I do run Chimera now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I just don't draw it often enough to remember that it's in my deck.
Oh, that's understandable. I'm going to send my Cyberdark Horn to the graveyard. And with that, I am going to have to pass my turn on to you.
I draw. This is a slightly unfortunate opening hand. I will set 1 card face down, and then I will Danger Bigfoot.
Oh boy. Danger. How fun.
It's not a danger deck. I just have a couple danger cards in here to speed the deck along.
Part of me feels like
Okay.
you play Dark World because you have dangers in it.
Hey, a lot of decks can run off danger. Anyway,
All
1 through 5.
Let's go 2.
How?
I guessed it, baby. Let's go.
Okay, because you discarded it, I target 1 face-up card you control and destroy it.
All right. What card do you
I
choose?
believe Eternity can be targeted.
I do not have a machine, or I do not, because I do not have a machine fusion monster in my graveyard. It can be targeted.
Yeah, so I will target for destruction.
All right. This will activate the effect of Cyber Eternity Dragon. If this card, if this
I can live with that.
card control is sent to the graveyard by its opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Cyber Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So,
And I can live with that.
Yep, going into my deck. Cyber Dragon comes to my field.
And then I will set one monster face down and end my turn.
All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, my guy did not get to do much on the field. I'll draw.
And I'm going to play a gamble before you do anything else during your standby phase. I'm going to activate Mind Crush.
2 cards in my hand. Feel free to guess.
I'm going to go out on a limb because you didn't summon it. I'm going to say you have Cyber Dragon Hertz in your hand.
And you would be wrong.
I don't know if you have to reveal it to reveal your hand to me to prove otherwise.
I think they did make a ruling to where you just don't reveal it because people were abusing that.
Very well then. Okay, I now discard one random card. So I will flip through my 3 cards at random, and then when you say stop, I'll send the top card.
Stop.
My Absolute King back check goes to the graveyard.
Interesting.
Yep, and here's the thing. If this is sent to the graveyard, I look at the top 3 cards of my deck and rearrange them in any order.
Ah, all right.
All right, and what's the stipulation? Okay, so I definitely don't want to do that anytime soon. Because I can banish it as a quick effect to reveal the top card of the deck, and if it's a normal trap, I set it instantly. But I don't want to. I did not necessarily get the normal trap I wanted.
That's unfortunate. Well then, I'm going to just... What do I go with here? My deck is going way slower than I usually like it to right now.
Yeah, same here.
Unfortunately, I'm just going to have to enter my battle phase and use my Cyber Dragon to attack your face down monster.
You were right.
I knew it. Dark Worlds. I saw the dangers and I knew it.
So now I add a level 4 or lower Dark World from my deck to my hand. My Graceful Charity was at the bottom of my deck. Shame on you!
That's unfortunate.
Also, somehow Thunderbird got put in here upside down.
Happens.
Okay, where is the where's the funny boy? There is no, that's not the funny boy. Where's funny boy? Ah, there's funny boy. Funny boy Genta.
That's the one you can discard down the field spell, correct?
Discard, banish, field spell. Yeah, and then he gets summoned.
All right. Well, gonna have to end my turn there, unfortunately.
All right, I draw. Well, apparently my deck shuffle was incredibly lucky because now I play Graceful Charity.
That was at the bottom of your deck earlier. Now it's at the top.
I know. I shuffled my deck like a crazy person.
Well, go ahead and get your draws. And then your discards, rocking your Dark World next.
Yep. Draw 3. I'll discard Beige to get summoned in defense mode. And, yeah. Genta to banish, to summon, and get the field spell.
All right.
You only have one thing in the... You don't have any set cards, right?
My only cards on my field are my Cyber Dragon and my field spell.
Yep,
also,
that's what I thought.
My AirPods died in this duel, so that's fun.
Ugh. This is why I always make sure I have a... Thank you for the blueberries! And the roses. Wait, blueberry... No, blueberry sent roses. Wow, this is getting weird.
All right.
And the finger heart. Yep. And a follow. Apparently, I did something fun. Anywho, field spell gets activated. All of them get 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, I can banish a fiend to discard a fiend and then draw a card.
All right. You don't have much you really got to get through.
Yeah, I know.
One guy. You kind of
I will.
My 4,000 defense monsters, so.
I will banish Backjack, not for its own effect, but for Gates of the Dark World.
All right.
To discard my.
Thanks for the rose and hearts there, Blueberry. Heart me and finger hearts. Thank you.
This card is discarded by card effect. I'll have to discard as much as I don't want to. My Renge, just in order to get that draw off. You've come at the worst time. I will tribute both my monsters to summon Grapha.
Grapha, oh.
At 3,000 because of my field spell.
That ain't good for me.
I will now crush your Cyber Dragon.
My Cyber Dragon has been crushed, and I take 900 points of damage.
Yep.
Putting me at 7,100 life points.
All right, I'll pass turn, and we'll get things sped up. Who's your next opponent?
You're my last one for the day.
Oh, I thought you had to be off at 8.
7 EST. So, no, 7 CST, which would be 8 EST. So yeah, this is my last duel for today.
Oh, well, you're my only duel for today, so I don't mind if we go into overtime.
I'm down till this duel ends.
Agreed, because then I need to hop on my Discord server and tell my friends we're watching Delicious in Dungeon.
All right. Wow, this hand sucks.
How do you... yeah, this was the luckiest thing I drew, other than Graceful Charity.
I'm going to set 2 cards face down and end my turn.
2 in the back row.
Correct.
Draw.
2 in the back row in a field spell. That's all I have in my field.
You know what? We're going to play the Danger Mothman game.
All right.
On the plus side, depending on how this goes, you'll get to draw and then discard. 1 through 4.
All right, let's see if I can guess them again. Let's go 3.
You discarded my Snow, which, unfortunately, because we discarded Snow by the ability of my own card, I get nothing!
Really?
If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by the opponent's card effect, you can target 1 monster in the opponent's graveyard. Add 1 Dark World card from your deck to your hand, then special summon the target. So the only thing I get is to add the Dark World card, but after I summon Mothman.
All right.
I was hoping for the graveyard yoink.
Unfortunately, that's not how this is going to play out for you.
Well, I do get to summon Mothman! And then I search my deck for a Dark World card. Which one should it be? How about Archives? I'll play Archives.
All right.
And yeah, we're going to have to go through a 3-card cycle for this one, and hopefully I don't run out of materials. I will shuffle as well as I can. Because now we're going to play with some Gambling Fire. I will banish my Snow and discard my Lilith to draw a card.
All right.
I didn't get as lucky as I wanted to. So I will set 1 card in my back row. And I cannot use the secondary ability of my Dark World Archives. So As a gamble, I will attack with my Mothman for 18.
And I will take the 18.
Karatha will attack for 3,000.
2,300 life points.
Whew. Okay.
We are not drawing.
All right.
That be the end of your turn?
Yeah, it will be.
Then let's hope we get one hell of a draw.
Did you get a hell of a draw?
Maybe. I activate Cyberdark Claw. Sending it from my hand to the graveyard. I get to add
I will
Cyberdark
respond.
Claw. Oh, okay.
I will respond with a gate to the Dark World to add 2 Dark Worlds in my graveyard and add them to my hand.
Does that negate my effect?
No, it's just a passive response. It's what I get to my hand that can make the difference.
Alright.
I will take beige.
I'm going to add from my deck to my hand the spell card Cyberdark Realm.
It will be Scar.
Alright. Yeah. So Cyberdark Realm comes to my hand. Do you have any effects from your cards?
No, I don't, because it turns out I did not have the monster in my graveyard that I thought I did. I thought I put it there with a discard, but I didn't.
Alright.
So, yeah, I only got fodder now.
You got nothing then. I'm going to activate Cyberdark Realm. And on its activation, I get to add a Cyberdark monster from my deck to my hand.
Yeah, I know that card a little too well. It came in clutch for me last night. Last night? 2 nights ago.
Monster I choose
No, it was last night.
The monster I choose to add will be Cyberdark Cannon, which I can use Cannon's effect.
Yep.
Discarding it to add my Cyberdark Edge to my hand.
I think I know where I might be going with this.
I
could be wrong.
I know where I'm going with this.
No, I play Cyber Dragons enough to know what the potential line for this is.
We'll see. I'm going to activate the field spell, Cyberdark Inferno.
Okay, yeah.
I'm now going to activate the effect of Cyberdark Realm, which on resolution lets me normal summon a Cyberdark monster to my field.
Yep.
And the one I choose will be my Cyberdark Edge. And when Edge is normal summoned, I get to equip it with a monster in my graveyard. The one I choose?
Cannon. I believe Cannon's your only legal target, unless you had something else I didn't know about.
Well, remember, I used Claw.
That's right, you did!
Yep. And now here's something that I'm pretty sure this is how it works. I'm going to activate the effect of my field spell. I get to return a Cyberdark monster on my field to the hand and then immediately normal summon one from my hand, which will send Claw to the graveyard.
Hang on. I believe how the ability works.
I think this will activate the effect of Cyberdark Claw. I'm not 100% sure.
When you activate... I think you're only allowed to summon through the ability of Inferno once per turn.
Correct, and I have not done that.
Okay.
I use Cyberdark Realm to get the extra normal summon.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because with with that setup, you potentially can normal summon 3 times on that turn, as long as you meet the stack requirement.
Correct. So then, Cyberdark Inferno will let me normal summon back Cyberdark Edge, which will not only activate Edge's effect, but will also activate the Claw that was sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster. Let me add a Cyberdark monster from my graveyard to my hand.
Yeah.
So, I get back my Cyberdark Chimera. And now,
my
Cyberdark Edge will be equipped with my Cyberdark Cannon.
bringing its total attack strength to 22?
24.
24.
16. Now.
I forgot what the original attack for Edge was.
Alright. Now, I'm going to enter the battle phase.
Okay, then.
Using my Cyber Dark Edge, it is going to attack you directly thanks to its ability by having its attack. So it attacks you directly for 1200. And when it declares an attack, the effective Cyber Dark Cannon activates, allowing me to send a monster from my deck straight to the graveyard.
Yes, you do.
And the one I choose will be my attachment Cyber.
That's the combo I pulled off last night!
Really now?
Yep.
I will now, still in the battle phase, activate my face down Cyber Dark Invasion and use its effect to equip my Cyber Dark Edge. Unfortunately, it won't gain an extra 600 from attachment Cyber because the effect of Cyber Dark Invasion replaces the effect of the equipped card, but it still gains an extra 1,000 attack points.
Right.
Putting my card at a grand total of 3,400 attack points.
Yes, that's correct.
And with that, I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
Bringing it back.
And doing it well.
Somehow.
Yes, I just quoted Fireball by Pitbull. Draw. Okay. Things. If my field spell will stay in the field spell zone for one turn. No, because a couple of nights ago I was using Fire Kings and I saved it from being destroyed. But I then yanked my arm, and then the field spell ejected out of the field spell zone anyway, so I jokingly said I banished it myself.
Hey, banishing it would still trigger its effect, though, I think.
Yeah, it's when it leaves the field.
Yep. I mean, if it's bounced, it won't, because it's technically not in play, but still.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing Fire Kings right now, we're doing Dark Worlds.
So, things get weird. I will use the ability of my Dark World Archives, discarding my beige to the graveyard. He will be summoned. But every single Dark World
Wait, can you read the effect of your archives?
During your main phase, you can discard one Dark World monster, and if you do, so it's not a cost.
Alright.
Yeah, Dark World monsters you currently control gain attack equal to the level of the discarded monster times 100. Boosting my Grapha by 400, making our monsters tied.
Oh, okay. That ain't good.
So beige drops down to the field because he gets summoned by the own ability of Dark World Archives. Then I'll use Dark World Archives' second ability, allowing me to discard an additional fiend to draw 2.
All right.
Well, it has to be a Dark World, not just a fiend. And the Dark World I'll discard is Brow, allowing me to draw 3.
Oh boy.
1.
You're just restacking your
2.
hand.
3.
We'll see how this works out for me.
Okay then. Let's continue the stacking even further. I will banish my Brow and discard my Scar to draw another card.
All right.
And then we will Danger Thunderbird.
Oh, come on. More danger.
I drew into Danger Thunderbird!
Of all the cards to draw into, this is not good for me.
Just, We got 1 through 5 to choose.
Let's go 5.
You have chosen Latinum. When Latinum is discarded from my hand by any card effect, he gets special summoned. Unfortunately, because no, if this card is discarded by a card effect, it's discarded by a target 1 field monster in the field. Special. Okay, so by the if-thens, if I read this card, I get it special summoned, but I don't get the ability to increase a monster by 500 because that's the final ability in the line.
Well, first your Thunderbird will resolve, and then the effect of your other guy will activate.
Right, so Thunderbird gets summoned, but I don't get the ability to blow up a spell trap. But Latinum will get summoned, but I can't trigger the increase by 500 ability.
You say so.
It has to do with how Dark World cards resolve their problem-solving card text.
All right. And I have to deal with if-then rules in a hot minute.
Yeah, they get a little weird. Now, I could extend my combo even further, but I've got a full board. Grapha! Let's destroy each other!
Well, my monster's not going to be destroyed because since it was equipped a monster by its own effect, sure, the battle takes place, but I can destroy the equipped monster instead. And since
Right.
Cyberdark Cannon was sent to the graveyard, I get to draw.
It will lose a bunch of attack.
But your monster is destroyed and mine stays on the field.
Yeah, except now I get this ability. If this card is discarded by card effect, no. If it was discarded, no. So it's the other ability that I was thinking of, where I can return a Dark World that's level 5 or higher on the field to my hand to special summon him, but it's not a quick effect.
All right.
Instead, now how much attack does your Cyber have?
Currently, it has 1800 since it does not gain an extra attack boost from Attachment Cyber.
Well, my Thunderbird has 28. Let's go in for another attack.
Hold up. Let's do it like this. I'm going to activate the effect of my Cyberdark Invasion to equip my Cyberdark Edge with a monster from my graveyard that would give
Is
it
that
an
quick
extra
effect?
stat boost. It's a
Is that
trap
quick?
card. It's a trap card.
Okay, so a continuous trap card with an activation ability.
This is on attack declaration, not damage stat.
That works.
So, it'll be equipped with a Cyberdark Claw, and now its attack points go up to 2800, tied with your monster.
Causing another stalemate.
Unfortunately, the monster was not equipped by its effect, so both monsters are destroyed. But that means two things happen here. First off,
I know.
Chainlink 1, Attachment Cyber, and Chainlink 2, Cyberdark Claw. So then, Claw will. Mother, I thought this died. Just a sec.
Yeah, your audio
There we
got
go.
really weird for a moment.
Yeah, alright. So Cyberdark Claw will add itself from my graveyard to my hand, because it can do that for some reason. And now Attachment Cyber will special summon a cyber monster from my graveyard. So, guess who's coming back? Cyber Eternity Dragon.
That's fine. That's more than fine with me.
Defense.
Because now I will end the battle phase.
Interesting.
I will end the battle phase and go to main phase 2.
Alright. What are you up to?
I did that and I did that. If I do that, I unfortunately lose that ability. So, Instead, we're going to gamble because of how things work. Card destruction.
No, why? Wait, where do you activate it? What
Huh?
zone do you activate it in?
I'm activating it in zone 2.
Dang, okay. You discarded Cyberdark Claw, Cyber Dragon, and Cyberdark Chimera.
And here's the thing. I discard Ceruli and Par. Abilities will happen in a very specific order. I get to draw my 2 cards from card destruction.
I get to draw 3.
Then, Ceruli gets summoned to your side of the field in defense mode and will force me to discard a card.
I'll just proxy it with the token.
And when Par is discarded by a card effect, I can target 1 Dark World monster in my graveyard except Par to special summon it to either side of the field. I will special summon back to the field my Grapha.
Oh boy.
Then there's a second ability, which can only be triggered when it's discarded by your card abilities, which is why I wanted for Par to be discarded by Ceruli, but I couldn't loop the combo.
Mm.
My graveyard is now too thick. And, unfortunately, because I did not draw the card I wanted to draw, I will be discarding my Brow.
Alright. Would that trigger Brow's effect?
Brow has no discard ability. He is the Dark World that lets you discard when he battles.
Oh, okay. So then, it's still your main phase too.
With that, did I normal summon this turn?
I don't think so. Because you used
Let me check my.
You used your Thunderbird as well as your other Dark World monster to special summon those 2, which filled up your zones.
That's right. I just let me double check my graveyard to see if I can do something. I can't actually. So then I will end my turn.
All right. Well then, I'll draw.
Current stats of my monsters on the field: 3,000, 18, 19, and 18.
4,000 defense. I think it's like 800 defense or something.
500. No, 600 because of my field spell.
All right. It won't matter. I'm going to normal summon to the field my Cyber Valley. And I'm going to activate Cyber Valley's effect. I can banish it as well as 1 other monster I control, banishing both of them, and it's basically a pot of greed. So I get to draw.
I run Cyber Valley in a lot of decks. Zach, this might be one of my favorite Dark World duels ever.
Glad to be a part of it.
Because it's got big back and forth energy.
Mm. Well then. What's your life points at, if you don't mind me asking?
68 from the edge attack.
Alright. 68. Well, currently mine are at 23, so
I mean, you got a big wall on the field.
I got a big wall on the field, but honestly, you know what? Go big or go home, as they say.
Are you about to power bond?
It's gonna be a little bit more than Power Bond. Because I have to go into this thing somehow. This is going to be very risky. But by tributing a machine type monster on my field, I get to special summon Cyber Pharaohs from my hand.
Oh!
Now, let me read Cyber Pharaohs real quick.
You get to fusion summon using materials on your field or in your hand, and if a fusion, yeah, and if you if a fusion if it's in the graveyard and a fusion monster you control is destroyed, you get to add a power bond by banishing Pharaohs.
All right. Well, normally Pharaohs is only from the hand or field, but I have ways around it because I'm going to activate the spell card Cybernetic Fusion Support. With this card,
Yes!
I pay half my life points.
Half your life points.
On the machine, I get to. Let's see. I'm at 23 divided by 2. That will be 1,150.
Dude, I've pulled this combo before. I love it.
Activate the effect of Cyber Pharaohs, to allowing me to fusion summon using Cyber End Dragon. Or why Cyber? Not Cyber End. Cyber Dragon, and Cyber Dragon in my graveyard, banishing them thanks to the effect of my Cybernetic Fusion Support.
Honestly, I thought you were about to go into Overdragon, not End Dragon.
Nope, we're summoning Cyber End Dragon. Why?
Okay.
You may be wondering? Well, because I'm going into something way bigger and way crazier. You're doing about one thing. I activate Power Bond, allowing me to fuse on the field Cyber End Dragon with the Cyber Dark Dragon in my hand, thanks to the Light Hex Sealed Fusion.
Light Hex Sealed Fusion! Ah!
I fusion summon my most powerful monster, Cyber Dark End Dragon.
Dude, this is so hype!
And since it was summoned with Power Bond, its attack points are
attack is 10,000!
And it's gonna get a little bit more, because thanks to its effect, once per turn I can equip a monster from either graveyard to it, being my attachment Cyburn. And when attachment Cyburn is equipped to a monster, it gains an extra 600.
I thought you were going to equip it with something else.
My monster is now at 10,600 attack points. But why not add a little bit more to the fire? I activate. This is also proxy because TCG player is annoying. Clockwork Knight. This card makes all monsters on the field machine type. And my machine monsters gain 500 and yours lose 500. Putting my monster at a grand total of 11,100 attack points.
Just drop the limiter removal while you're at it.
So, Cyberdark End Dragon with 11,100 attack points. What's the attack of your Mothman?
This is the lowest.
That's the lowest, because it loses an extra 500. Cyberdark End Dragon will attack your monster with the lowest attack points, which is plenty enough to chew through all of your life points.
Yes, indeed. Excuse me one moment. Zach! I don't swear normally during my duelings, but fuck, dude! That was incredible!
Dude, I don't know how I pulled that off! Holy shit!
Out of curiosity, let's see what my next card was. You've got to be kidding me!
Was it something to
Gren!
Dude, it wouldn't have mattered. If I didn't win this turn, I would have died to Power Bond, because I had 1,150 life points left. It was going to take
I know,
but
the fact that my next card was Gren,
dude,
that would have been a discard to pop a spell. Literally useless. If it was Khaki, that's a different story.
Like, also, if you here, my field spell prevented all Cyberdark monsters equipped with an equip card from being targeted or destroyed by card effects. I get either a pop or an additional equip once per turn. This lets me equip from either graveyard. This guy's just naturally unaffected by your activate effects. And if you had anything on your field, any monster on your field, I had a face down imperm. That's how crazy this was. I don't know how I survived to win this duel, but holy shit, that is one of the craziest duels I've had. Sorry for the language, but holy crap.
Why do you think I swore? Zach, congratulations in entering the top 5 club.
Thanks for the invite. I will accept.
No, as in my top 5 most favorite duels ever since I got on here.
This is also in my top 5 because holy. Yeah. Dude. GG's.
We had so much amazing back and forth energy. You need to come on more often.
Crazy. Dude, I would love to. I would love to
I
do
would
it
also
again in the future. I mean,
sing.
I am banned from the Misfits server, but
Who gives a fuck?
yeah, like you can't contact me there. I am though, and I'm in the Dual Tanner Network server. I am in Talon server. I am in Ghost server.
I lurk in Dual Tanner Network. I'm not in Talons or Ghosts. I've been meaning to get around to doing that, but I can always just pop you a message here.
True, that as well.
And so you have officially knocked out 2 of my decks and 2 of the most impressive wins that I've ever done. I request your permission to upload this entire live to my YouTube.
Absolutely. This was amazing, man.
You have the honor of being the first duelist where I want to upload the entire live, not just a handful of clips.
Thanks for the honor. Dude, that was amazing.
And finally, I would also like to officially welcome you to join me in potato format.
Potato format, eh?
Potato format is a boomer adjacent format that I'm working on where, upon double checking approval of certain decks, the goal is to run decks that Konami abandoned at full power, meaning you can like run 3 copies of your Dream Mirror cards if you wanted to run Dream Mirror, and 1 copy of generic support for whatever generic support you want to run to make that deck viable. That's the idea behind potato format.
That sounds very interesting. And gosh, I would totally. Honestly, if there's any deck I would probably run in that, I don't know if I have any deck specifically. Like, honestly, the first deck that came to my mind was Memento, because I'm trying to build that, but, like, they're getting new support in the next set. It was from Valiant.
Memento isn't
like,
a. So the caveat is potato format. Konami cannot have released the archetype within the past 3 years or any meaningful support within the past 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I have any decks that fit that category, but I'll definitely see if I can somehow do that.
The deck that I'm working on for potato format, there's 2 of them. I'm working on Dream Mirror because Dream Mirror has been woefully abandoned and it needs multiple copies for anything to properly work.
Yep.
And the other deck that I'm working on for potato format, Shadow Duelist Raw gave me the inspiration for it.
Oh yeah, I know Raw. He's a really cool guy.
I want to do my own spin on Ojamas for potato format.
I can actually do Ojama. I have a very you know that old Speed Duel deck that had like the Ojamas and Armed Dragons and stuff? I have that. And I made a very crappy version of a Chaz deck for Boomer format that is very unoptimized, and I don't even like have it sleeved or anything. That's how like horrible it is. But
I have
wait,
unfortunately
I can run unions though. Hold up, I can run unions like the ABC XYZ stuff. I can run that.
ABC XYZ is disqualified from potato format.
Dang, never mind. Back to the drawing board.
The only reason why it's disqualified from is because ABC was meta contending.
Understandable.
Yeah, otherwise I would have jumped on because I have the entire ABC XYZ. Almost ready to go.
Yeah, I had that old structure deck from a while ago, that old Kaiba one that came with the ABC XYZ stuff.
Yep. That being said, magnets.
That is
Magnets.
My brother runs a ass magnet deck in this format.
Mm-hmm. But yes, I'm basically like the person who's doing the approval process for all of potato format decks, which means, much to the dismay of one of my viewers, we cannot have Testina here.
Oh, dang, that's unfortunate.
It's too new.
Unfortunately, Crystal Beasts also do not fit that category. Neither do Cyber Dragons, as their structure decks did come out recently. Not to mention Crystal Beasts also getting the advanced Crystal Beasts.
Yep. As well as, basically, the goal is if the format, if Boomer format and Anime format have turned a terrible TCG format into a meta threat in their own respective format, they are disqualified for Potato format, but you are more than welcome to run them as a Boomer format versus Potato format. That's what I was testing out with Raw on Tuesday.
Ah, all right.
But he didn't realize that.
Yeah, when I dueled Raw, I'm the one who made him aware that his decks aren't Boomer legal but he's still really
they're character fun.
yeah, they're character
They're
decks.
character.
Yeah, like his character decks are very fun to duel.
Which is why
Merrick deck that's Boomer legal. But like
yeah,
I'll duel his
I dueled that one
with my Boomer decks. Somehow won because I shuffled back his entire field and then summoned this guy and attacked directly for game. That was fun.
But yeah,
he had like a whole cubic board on his field. But Ra is a very good duelist.
Yeah, and when he
Six Samurai
said
be legal for your format, that's what someone in my chat is asking.
So, Six Samurai is already Boomer format meta because you have the original, the secret, and the legendaries.
Mm-hmm.
You can build a perfectly viable Boomer format because of all the support it's had. The idea is the Potato format deck needs to have less than 15 cards in its entire archetype.
Ah, okay. All right, so that's the caveat you have for it. Understandable.
There are some leeway exceptions, like Arcana Force. It has more than 15 cards, but they're terrible.
However, Arcana Force, it did just get new support in Maze of Millennium.
It did, but only one card.
So that's
one card is not enough to swing an archetype into being meta-worthy. Look at Neo Flame Veil Lady. An amazing card, did nothing for the archetype.
All right. I see how you're going with this, and I would definitely love to be a part of it if I can somehow make a deck for it. But yeah, I'm very much interested in it. However,
yeah,
it's already like 8:30 EST, so
I do need to see it
longer.
But yeah, another example, the Doodle Beasts.
Doodle Beast, that's a funny archetype.
But it would be viable in Potato format if you can splash some more generic support around it. The idea is
Dino support.
Yeah, the idea is to make in Potato format to be the archetype is the front focus.
Mm-hmm.
And when Ra was making that video about saying that people were actively saying, we're not going to duel you anymore because your decks don't meet Boomer format, and he had multiple copies of cards in order to get the decks to run, that gave me the idea.
Well, I'm the reason why people were made to attention to that, because I'm the one who pointed it out on his live when I was dueling him, which is why that whole thing happened. And then, so I was kind of the cause of that whole thing. Which we talked about it. I apologized for it. I'm still, of course, going to duel him. He's a very good duelist.
I agree. Things happen.
Wow, I am unintentionally the reason why Potato format exists. That's neat to know. Anyway,
yeah,
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said,
looking forward to it, man.
Once we sign off, I'm going to start the process of getting this entire live posted to my YouTube. Link in bio. And I will still be putting some clips that I can definitely use for the for my usual TikTok. I normally try to post one clip from each duel, This was so much fun. I want to use multiple clips, and I rarely do that. All right, but anyone, wow, everyone, anyway, as always, fair play, fair duel. Take care and stay safe out there.
You have
And
a
I'll
good
see
one,
you all in the
Epsilon.
next one.
It's been fun. Have a
It
good
has
one,
been
guys.
amazing. All right.